decided to try and do something different. This is going to be the first of maybe a few series to do with video games. So this is Vinto's Video Game Chatter, which is basically just me going to talk about video games for a few minutes. I decided to kick this off because obviously during lockdown we've all been pretty bored and had to try and occupy our time, and I decided to plow through my insane back catalogue of video games and try and get something completed. So I have 5 games that I've completed since the start of the year, which I think I started playing them around January time. I can't honestly remember, but I'm going to do them from, like, I enjoyed playing them all, but from my, up to my favourite, from my 5th favourite one to my 1st favourite one, which obviously makes sense. So in at number 5 is Ghostbusters. This is the remake. They originally brought this out on the Xbox 360 and PS3 years ago, and then brought it out as a remake for the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. I have the Nintendo Switch version, but the PS4 version was like £3 something, so I decided, I'll buy it on that since I have a PS4 Pro, and I'll play it on that. That means that I sometimes prefer the PS4 controller than I do the Nintendo Switch one, because it's just a little more comfortable. This is as close as we'll ever get to a Ghostbusters 3 featuring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and the late great Harold Ramis, because they all reprise their roles as their characters. We have Annie Potts back as Janine. I can't remember the guy who plays Peck, but he's back as well. And it's just a great cast. Obviously you play a new recruit, so you're going around helping the Ghostbusters class catch the ghosts. You even encounter the Step of Marshmallow Man and have to beat him. It didn't take me that long to finish it, maybe about 5 or 6 hours, give or take. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it didn't take me that long, but I was pleased to have it done, and it was just nice to finish that. So at number 4 is Super Mario Galaxy. This is part of the Mario 3D All-Stars set that came out for the Nintendo Switch. I remember playing Mario Galaxy whenever it first came out on the Nintendo Switch years upon years ago, and I thought it was good, but it was very, very short, and it was one that I never really got around to playing from start to finish, and I decided, right, I enjoy my Mario games. This is one of the Mario franchises that I haven't finished. Let's get that done, and I did it. Some of the levels on this are really, really frustrating. Some of the levels are just super, super simple, but it just pays to just keep repeating if you're having problems with them. So I got stuck into it, and probably took about 7 or 8 hours thereabouts to finish it, and I really enjoyed doing that as well. They obviously did have on that set Mario 64, which I finished countless times, and Mario Sunshine, which I tried to play again and just couldn't get into it. And that was one of the ones from the set that I was really hoping to start and finish, and I just couldn't get into it. Speaking of Mario, at number 3 is Super Mario World and Bowser Fury. Thank you, Rory, for letting me borrow this. I was going to get myself that, and Rory couldn't get the Amazon delivery to go to him, because he was getting a steelbook with it, which is exclusive to Amazon, I believe. So got it sent to me, graciously allowed me to play it and send it on to him whenever I'd finished with it, which was always the case with Luigi's Mansion 2, which was a sound game. This obviously was on the Wii U, so it was great that Nintendo brought this out for the Switch, because with the likes of, say, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's their top selling game. I think Animal Crossing is just slightly clipping at its heels at the minute, and obviously it was on the Nintendo Wii U, and then it brought this back onto the Nintendo Switch and sold really well. I'm not sure what the sales figures for Super Mario World / Bowser Fury were. Again, I did have a Wii U way back when and did enjoy playing this, but didn't complete it, so decided to get stuck in and did that. Bowser Fury, it's a bit of a weird game, because there's parts where you have to go around to find other bits in that, and then it's like a Godzilla and King Kong. You turn into a big Mario as a cat, and then you have to fight Bowser and things like that, and shine lighthouses around at it. So all in all, it probably took maybe about 10 hours to do the two of them. There was just some levels in Mario World which was just do my head in, and was just like, right, don't lose the rag with it, just calm down and get it done. I've yet to break a controller with rage, and I don't think I ever will. In at number 2 is Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, I was really, really excited for this whenever this came out, like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. I was really, really excited for it. And it just was riddled with problems. You had to go driving around in this, like, the Nomad thing, or Mako, or whatever it was called. And you basically had to go around driving in that, and it was just so boring. I decided, because the Mass Effect trilogy remaster was coming out, I was really in a Mass Effect mood, and I thought, right, I'll give it a go and see what it's like, because obviously they've updated things and have fixed bugs and things like that in it. It's still not a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, but I really did enjoy playing it. The Krogan, I can't remember what his name was, because I'm so used to like the old cast. He was just great, and he was probably my favourite character from that, and it bodes well whenever I can't remember what his bloody name was. So but yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It probably took me about 30 odd hours all in to finish this, because there was just a lot of going backwards and forwards to different planets, and getting colonies set up, and then having the big bad at the end to try and beat. So I really did enjoy it. I just wish I didn't have to wait as long as I did to actually play it. I wish that I could have actually played it on day one and then just really got into it, but there was just so many issues with it, and I'm glad that they actually sorted it. And I'm looking forward to playing into the Mass Effect Trilogy Legendary Edition whenever it's out, and by the time this goes up, it will already have been out, and I will give my thoughts on that whenever I've actually got my controllers at it. And at number 1, the game which I was really, really impressed with, everyone said it was so good, kind of knew that it was going to be good, and really enjoyed playing it, was God of War on the PS4. This just has Kratos as just such a badass. He has his son with him, who then turns into a bit of a badass himself. So many twists and turns in the story. The graphics are just normally, you know, whenever a cutscene is coming up, but with God of War, it kind of, you're just walking, and it kind of just walks in the cutscene, and you don't even know it's a cutscene until the borders kind of come down a little bit, and it's just so well done, so well made, and I really, really enjoyed playing it. Again, some of the bosses in this were just absolutely humongous, and trying to learn different skills to try and beat them was fun, but I really enjoyed this one here, and that's why it's at the top of my list. Now, whether I'm going to have another 5 games that I completed between now and a couple of months down the line, I don't know. Hopefully Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3 will be on that list, but I just wanted to come on here and talk video games, and what my next video was going to be is my top 10 video games of all time. Now, I acknowledge that not everyone who's watching this channel plays video games or enjoys video games, but it's just something that I kind of wanted to put on the channel. Is I love talking about retro stuff, you know, talking about vinyl, and I wanted to talk about, bring something different and bring some video games to the channel as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed me talking about the games that I've completed. Is there any games that you've completed lately, or is there any games that you would highly recommend that I pick up? I should actually do that if I've picked up any bargains. I did pick up Metal Gear Solid 5 for the bargain price of £4 from the PlayStation Store, so that was good, and I think that's the only game that I've really bought lately, apart from the Mass Effect 1, which I have to pre-install in a couple of days, so looking forward to that. So yes, I will be back soon with Vinto's Video Game Chatter as we talk about my top 10 games of all time. So thank you very much for watching, and oh, wrong hand, and until next time.